The next 100 days will decide how my year ends and how 2026 begins. In this video, I'll be going over the 5 main areas for growth that I need in the next 100 days. So this is the great lock-in of 2025. This is going to help propel me into 2026. The reason being is I want to hit this end of the year really, really hard and get everything I can done for my main 5 goals. And after that, I'll be able to go ahead and swing into 2026 very strong. I had already made a bunch of goals in the beginning of September for something like this. I just didn't know what the name of it was. Matthew was the one that actually brought it to my attention. I was hanging out with him, and he was actually the one that suggested that I do this video. So I'll go ahead and link his socials down below. So this is actually starting from the beginning of September. I know it says September 20. I actually made this on the 20th of September. So all of the goals and the where it says current when we get to the specific goals is going to be based on September 1st. Everything after that, I'll be doing like updates and all that stuff through my short form content. But basically, I need to focus and execute in order to get these results, and it's gonna be very difficult to hit all 5 of these goals. Even if I hit 3, I'd be very, very happy with myself. So the goal is to get to 5. If I get to 3, that's still good for me. So if you want to follow along the journey, make sure you subscribe and join the Discord community down below. So some may ask, why are you doing this? Well, it's because everybody waits for the perfect moment, and I don't want to keep doing that. I did that for this channel. I should have made this a long time ago, but now is the time that I finally did it. It wasn't a perfect moment. I just had to get it done, and that's exactly what it is with the goals that I have right now. I need to just get these things done, and I think putting it out there for everybody to see is going to actually bring more attention to these goals and help me get to those a lot faster. So really the main objective here is to be able to build momentum into 2026. I'll be graduating in December, and I'll have all of 2026 to start building businesses and doing big things on the internet. So by December 31st, I want to make sure I have all my finances and the businesses up to date and hitting targets. For school, I want to finish it out, get my degree, and then be able to just continue doing this YouTube stuff every Sunday. I'll be doing the long form videos, and then every single day, I'm going to try to do at least one short form content. Like on Instagram, it'll be reels, YouTube, it'll be shorts. But that's the goal with YouTube. And then with my health specifically, I'll be sleeping by 10:30, and I'll be doing a daily walk every morning, and then also working out if I have the time to do so. I always notice that if I miss walking in the morning or miss workouts in the morning, high chance is that I'm not going to be able to do that later in the day because things just get so busy. So sleeping earlier, waking up earlier, getting those things out of the way first is definitely going to help me hit my health goals. And then with relationships is just really checking in with the people that care about me most and want to help me build. So these are the rules. Here you go. You can see sleep by 10 p.m. Previous slides at 10:30, but really it's going to be 10. 1 hour wind down. And then I want to do 3 deep work blocks every day. So one in the morning, one around noon, and then one in the evening. Probably after I eat my last meal or sometime around there. And then, like I said, the daily walks every day, workouts 3 to 4 times a week. I think doing that will get to my health goal, and you'll see that later on. And then basically eliminate all the distractions I can. Right now, I really need to clean up my workspace in general here and also in the room with all the shoes. There's a bunch of stuff scattered, and there's actually a bunch of pairs sitting on the floor there that you'll see in a future video that I don't even have room on the shelves right now to put. So I have to make the room by reorganizing the room. But doing things like that is definitely going to help me get to where I want to be and make it a lot easier to actually reach those goals. And really, yeah, I just got to do one meaningful output for each of the main goals every single day in order to get to where I need to be. So I need to keep posting on Instagram. I have a Polymath account, and that has just crossed over 50,000 followers. So just posting on that, keeping up to date with the Discord, studying, and just getting a bunch of school work done. That's really been the hardest thing for me right now because it's just so much, and the classes are definitely a little bit more difficult than last semester. So it's just keeping up with it really. And in content, really the way I have it scheduled for long form is Monday, Tuesday, I come up with the idea. Wednesday, Thursday, I actually create the script. Friday, I record. And then Saturday, I edit. and create the thumbnail, and Sundays when the post comes out. Now, hopefully, I'll be doing 2 videos a week, long form, but I'm sure when I hit midterms, I won't be able to, and when I get to finals week, I probably won't be able to as well. So just a heads up, I would only really expect 4 Sundays to be posted. And then for health and reading, of course, walking, doing the workouts, and then I want to be reading every single day. I had a really good habit a few years ago of every single day I was reading about 45 minutes to an hour, and I think that really gave me a huge boost in the knowledge that I have. And I think I need to get back to something like that because I'm going into a lot of different items that I've never really had any experience with. So I definitely need to do more research, and being able to read and blocking out time for that is going to be really important. So we already went through the YouTube and Discord portion, and as well as school. Sundays, well, for school, Sundays are the main days for the schoolwork. That's when everything's due, so I kind of just push it till then and get everything else done that I need to throughout the week for the shoe business, the slime business, or anything else that I have working on right now. And then the best thing that I found is reviewing and planning for the day ahead from the night before. And really, I just go into my Google Calendar and I start adding in, like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at this time. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, 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 and this by this time, and then that way I can get my daily blocks of like deep work in and be able to plan out. Because I always notice that if I wake up and there is no plan already set for the day, then it's just sporadic and I'm not really getting anything meaningful done. So this is actually the whiteboard that I created at the beginning of September. I'm gonna go ahead and remove myself. Um, okay, so this is a little confusing. My handwriting isn't really the best, but what you're going to be wanting to look at specifically is, for each of these things, I have where the goal is at the top, and then right underneath it, I have it where I was currently at September 1st. Um, as you can see, for shoes specifically, I want to get to 715 pairs by the end of the year. And at that time, I was at 505. And then I also want to get to only $9,200 of credit card debt. I was at 13.6 at the beginning of the month. That's already dropped significantly. Actually, at the beginning of the year, and you'll see in one of the updates, because I did a challenge for 183 days. That was significantly higher. I've brought that down a lot, and I'm really focusing on getting my credit score up. That way, I can go ahead and start rolling my dividends from the shoe business into real estate. So here we go with shoes. Like I said, the pairs that I want to be at is 715 pairs. Currently at 505, so that's a 210 pair difference. And then the debt goal is to bring it down about $4,500. And I've already made very, very good progress on this. And I definitely feel like this is going to be the easiest one to actually hit. Um, Only because I can't really find any good inventory right now at Nike and Adidas in order to get more pairs in the inventory. So I've been selling off a lot and not being able to replace that inventory. So chances are at the end of the year, I'll get the debt down, but I won't be able to bring in that many pairs because, of course, quarter 4, I sell a lot and it's very hard to bring back inventory in during that time. So I have a goal for the shoe business that in May of 2026 is when I walk for graduation. That I'll be at 1,000 pairs, and that should be bringing me in about 2 to 4 grand profit a month. And then as like every 6 months or so, I should be able to buy a rental property here in the area. So that's the goal. So with this section, it's just gaining the followers on the account and then getting enough members inside of the Discord community. Um, I'm basically working on that to be able to funnel enough people over to my YouTube and get people invested into me and my personal brand. And now going into the personal brand, here's the YouTube goal by the end of the year. It's basically just to be able to allow myself to be able to monetize and make money from the YouTube. So it's getting that 1,000 subscribers and that 4,000 watch hours. I do think that these are both easy to get. I have done this for a previous channel before. It was a faceless account. So it was like one of those theme pages, but I made it when I was in the beginning of high school. So like 2017. So it's been quite a long time since I've done YouTube, but I do have a lot of tactics that I can use in order to get there. And really, I think with those long form videos and then also those short form videos, I really think those are going to really propel me into those goals. So with crypto, I want to get to a total assets amount of $10,000, currently at 1,500. And then I want to prioritize getting Bitcoin and Litecoin. I don't have a goal for Bitcoin specifically, but I want to get to 42 Litecoins, currently at 8. So the goal is to get to 42, and then the rest of my holdings will be in small items like XRP, Ethereum, but my main two holdings will be Litecoin and Bitcoin. So that's that for crypto. So now with life and fitness, is just really to get my weight down a little bit. The weight isn't as important as the body fat percentage. Of course, if I put on more muscle, I'll be okay with that. But I definitely let my health slip recently. And honestly, the past couple of years has not been very good for me. I was in and out of the hospital at a certain point. I was having some pretty bad chest pains, unexplained, and really they're still unexplained. They don't happen as often now, but I do have to keep out and watch out for that, and that's why I really just mainly focus on getting those walks in. I get very worried if I start working out too much, if those chest pains will come back and what that'll look like. So with that, that's the end of the video. Make sure to comment, lock in, and your number one goal to stay accountable this year, and then make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing updates all the time on the short form. And then on the long form, I'll be doing a bunch of breakdowns of the businesses that I have had and currently have, and basically tell you how I made money in each of those and how they really worked, and what were the pitfalls and the successes that I had in each. But make sure to join the Discord community as well, because that's where you can talk to me every single day, all the time. I'm always available, really, except for during those deep work hours. I just shut everything off and just get things done. But other than that, yeah, I'm very active in the Discord. And I'm gonna try to make a school community as well. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I think that's the next step for me. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. And then if there's any videos you guys want me to make in the future, just let me know. I'm open to really anything, and I love doing this right now. So please please let me know. And also, I know there was some audio issues that we were having. Hopefully I fixed it now. I do not know anything about microphones and stuff, so I watched like 2 hours of YouTube videos earlier. So hopefully that's working now. One of the people in our Discord, Jay, is the one that actually brought it to my attention that it was a little off. So hopefully you won't hear the differences like left and right, and AirPods, and then also it should be a clearer sound, and you shouldn't be able to hear anything in the background either now. So yeah, please let me know what you think of the audio now too, and then I'll catch you guys in the next one.